Hi, my name is Rafal. To make it easier, you can call me Ralph, and I want to say thank you for viewing my poster on solidarity. Now, it is common knowledge that the Catholic Church played a significant role in toppling of communism, not only in Poland, but also in Europe. But with my poster, I wanted to highlight some of the lesser known factors that contributed to the success of solidarity and also the success of toppling communism in Poland. Those factors were the role that Pope John Paul II played, the role that the Catholic Church in Poland played, and also the role that the clergy played. Now, before I delve into those topics, I just want to give you a quick, brief history of what Solidarity was. Solidarity was a labor union created in 1980 by Lech Wałęsa in one of the stockyards in northern Poland by the Baltic Sea, and it was unique because it was the first union that was recognized by the communist government in Poland. The movement enjoyed the height of its popularity in the 80s and also the early 90s, and the movement was the main central driving factor in toppling communism in Poland. So when it comes to the roles, we're going to talk about the role that Pope John Paul II played. Now, he was a unique pope because he was the first Polish pope, and whenever he was elected and he visited Poland in the late 70s, he inspired the Polish nation and the Polish people to long for freedom, and he inspired them to fight and gave them hope that they will have a free country someday. He also had a very great relationship with President Ronald Reagan, and together they worked a lot of times in secrecy. They worked to get rid of communism in the whole of Europe. Their relationship was so great that Ronald Reagan also convinced the U.S. government to send aid, millions of dollars worth of aid, to the Polish government, usually through the Catholic Church channels. Now, the second factor that we're going to talk about is the role that the Polish Church played. Now, the Polish Church is unique among all the other churches in Europe is that the common Pole heavily identifies with the Church. The Catholic faith is so intertwined, and it's such a big part of the Polish identity. So the Catholic Church has a big role in Poland when it comes to different societal issues. Now, initially during communism, the Church did not want to take sides, and they kind of played like a neutral role. But the good thing that the Church did was that it didn't restrict, the common priests' views, and it didn't tell them the things that they can or cannot say. And this is going to be important in the last factor I bring up. The last factor is the role that the clergy played, mostly the priests. Now, a lot of the younger priests, they were very nationalistic and they held militant views, but not in a way that they wanted to go to war with the government, but in a way that they supported solidarity, and they preached for the people. They preached anti-communist messages, and they helped protect political prisoners. And one of those priests was Father Jasielec, who was a huge figure in the movement. He held his monthly anti-communist sermons that were listened by millions of people on the radio. He was unfortunately murdered tragically by the government, by the communist government in the mid 80s. He was such a popular figure that over 250,000 people attended his funeral. His death caused massive protests in Poland at that time, and created more reasons for the Poles longing for democracy. There were other priests, lesser known figures that did similar things, but Father Jasielec is the most famous. Again, I want to say thank you for viewing my posters. I hope you learned something new like I did while making this, and I hope you enjoy everybody else's posters. Thank you. Have a great day.